Yo, what's going on, guys? All Around Reptiles here. My name is Evan, and today we are going to be building gargoyle gecko bioactive setups. Yo, what's going on, guys? Alright, we are back home. We have the animals.
I've become a planetarian.
But not only are we building one enclosure, we're actually building 3. Now, this enclosure was Sriracha's old enclosure, and it has obviously been fully cleared out of the old spray foam that was in here, and now we're going to have to replace it. But before we do that, this place is an absolute mess, and I need to get some stuff printing on the 3D printer. So we're just gonna go like this. Alright, and we are clean-ish. I did have to remodel the old design of my wall planters, so these guys will eventually... Ooh, if it's gonna focus on me. There we go. There's 4 of them. It's on the print bed. The printer just finally finished leveling itself because I have never used it this summer. But that's what they're gonna do on here. They're gonna go up on these corners here, and then we'll have plants like pothos. I have a bunch of pothos upstairs where they are going to droop down and create a lot of cover for the gargoyle geckos. Now that this guy has officially started its print, we are going to take all of the pieces of wood that are extra in my hardscape supplies, like all of these down here. We're going to take them, we're going to bring them down here and see what we can do to this enclosure. Alright, we have our big pieces of wood. This will most likely just go in the bottom of the enclosure. Now, this will need a good trim, but it'll probably go something around there. Inside the base of the enclosure, not really genuinely connected to the background because the background is going to have a lot more things on it and it's going to bulge out a lot more. And we also have this guy. This is a cork round. This guy will be attached to the background. He's a pretty hefty sized one. I will probably set him up right in the back there to give him some nice cover. And then this is a random piece that I probably won't use, but it was an extra piece of wood that I had upstairs. This is a piece of driftwood from a fish tank a long time ago. It's very dried out, as you can see, all the cracks inside of it, but it's kind of an interesting wood. We're gonna work on this and figure out where we want to put everything. Alright, now that we have all of one side scaped, because obviously I can't do this other side because it's, you know, obviously vertical. We're going to have to do one side, let it dry, and then do the other side, which is going to be a little unfortunate, but that's okay. But we also have all of these. These are the 3D printed planter blocks that will go on this edge. And they'll be able to grow outside of it. So we have a bunch of them for other enclosures, especially that one over there. That's a different video. But we are going to just keep going, and finally we can put the spray foam into them. So, well, we're going to send you right up to that and get you going. That is it. That is it for this side of the enclosure right now. Now we have to let it cure for at least 24 hours. We're gonna come back, we're gonna do some shaving, we're gonna do some shaping. We might add a little bit more spray foam here or there. Then we're going to take all of this and we're gonna cover it in this black silicone. Then we can put all of, this is a dirt mixture, but take all of our dirt and put it on here and make it a custom background, so all of this black will be covered by coconut bark. But before we do all that, we obviously have to do this other side. So we're gonna wait for this to cure for at least, I mean, I'll probably just do it tomorrow morning, but we're gonna let this cure and then we can do the other side, and then we're pretty close to putting it all together. Alright, and we are finished with this side. This side is pretty dry enough where I can actually flip it to this side and start going on this side, get this guy finished, and then all we have to do is do the shaving and the siliconing. So we're just going to flip it. Yay. Alright, that is the basic setup of what I think I want to do. On this side, we already have one planter up here. We're gonna have one more over here in this corner, kind of like the same thing as over here. And we also have one hidden that will be covered up. Flip this guy around. It will be covered up by this, so you won't really actually see the planter, but that will be some finagling and probably holding up until the spray foam sets fully. So we're going to get all of this out, get the silicone on, and well, let's get going. Alright, we are done with all of the spray foaming, minus probably a few here or there touches with adding spray foam / subtracting spray foam. But now we have to take all of this and shave it down and actually sculpt it. So we're going to take our good old knife and we have to shave down all of this material, because when you peel it off, it leaves this rough surface for all of the silicone right here to actually adhere. And then we put all of this on, and then once all of this is on, it's basically complete. All you got to do is add the drainage layer and all that kind of stuff, which we will add obviously when this all is done. We have 3 different planter pots that will all probably have most likely some pothos that are going to vine down and all that kind of stuff. But we're going to get on carving, and then we can eventually silicone all of this, and then by tomorrow we'll be basically done, besides another probably day or so of drying. Alright, on this side we have a lot of the shaping of the cones. I'll probably do a little bit more shaping down here, but we're going to move on to the drill. So this guy is going to basically do the same thing as I'm doing with the knife, but it's going to give it a rough surface and not as polished and clean and flat lines, because the whole point of this is to be the background of the jungle. And obviously the jungle is not perfectly smooth. It has rocks, it has bumps and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to keep working on this, and this is a very good tool to get a lot of material off very quickly. So yeah, it's just it's a wire brush tool, and yeah, pretty easy. Alright, now we have everything nice and roughed up. There's still probably a few pieces. I will, rip off little pieces here and there. Got a little bit too low in that spot, so that's just the back glass / silicone. But that's okay. We'll cover that guy up with the black silicone, which is right here. So we're going to go on every little nook and cranny of this and cover it with silicone, except obviously, the cork bark that we want to see. And then we will take all of this and cover it with it. So I'm going to get cracking on this, because this is going to take a lot of time and a lot of precision. Alright, and we are done with all of the siliconing. So while it's drying, we're going to take all of this and actually dump it on top of the silicone. Alright, and we are done with this this tapping down step, I guess. So we're gonna let this guy sit, and then once eventually probably 3 or 4 hours go by, we can actually flip it up, get all of the excess debris off, and then flip it to this side, silicone this side, and then all we have to do is wait about 24 hours to 48 hours to let this guy fully cure, and then we can work on the plants and the substrate and the drainage layer. Alright, it has been another full day. I let it cure overnight, partially because I was doing other things, but we can now pick this guy up and have all of the excess fall down with a good old shake. And that looks pretty good. Obviously there's a bunch of dirt in the holes, especially this guy. This guy's nice and filled up too. But that doesn't really matter. So we are going to start siliconing the other side. So that means I'm gonna have to scoop all this out, put it in a different container, not that container, because this is there's probably bits of silicone or spray foam or whatever in this, so I don't really want to contaminate it with the stuff that I can use for actual reptile enclosures. But this looks pretty good. There's no light. There's not very good lighting in this basement, so look at that. That looks pretty good. Obviously, it looks a little damp still, but that's not a huge issue. But everything looks pretty covered. Obviously, there's going to have to be some cleanup on this edge, on all this edge, but that will be, you know, the last little bit of stuff that we do. But now we have to work on this edge. So, well, we're just going to get to it. All right, it has been a good few hours. Most of it should be cured, so we are going to again do the same thing as this side. We're going to flip it up. We're going to brush out all the excess stuff, get all the stuff out of here, and we are going to we're going to start cleaning up all these edges. So all these edges that look pretty freaking ugly, we're just going to take a razor blade to them and peel them all off, and then we should be pretty good. Alright, well, it's loud because I'm doing laundry down here. Shut up!
Huh? Shut up!
We have this done. I have done all the little, like, cracks and crevasses that just needed some extra filling. But now we have our hide right here. We have 1, 2, and 3 planters for this enclosure. So now all we have to do is bring it upstairs, get the drainage layer, and get everything on, and then we can put the plants in, give it a few days, and then eventually put the new gecko in. This is where the enclosure is supposed to go. This is Toady, my one-eyed toad. So he needs to move. Yeah, so we're just gonna, Alright, it's clean. Now all we have is Mr. Hulk behind us, but that's okay, that'll get covered up. Now we have to bring the enclosure that's downstairs, upstairs, then put the things that are downstairs in it. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to bring up. So we're just going to, Alright, we have our plant. There's plants down here. There's other stuff that you can't see. But now we're going to take the GoPro and actually fully scape this guy out. Alright, so I put pothos in this guy, so all of them are going to drape down eventually once they get big enough, like this one is starting to. I kind of just put it up there though. I'm cooking the leaves, but that's okay. I am going to leave this one open because I have a reptile show coming up in August. And I don't have any small plants. The only plants I really have are pothos, these ferns, and then we have another one of these guys on my beautiful plant wall over here. This video you would have seen already. If you want to go see it, it's really cool. It's a good tutorial lesson. We have a bunch of them over here. We have a bunch of pothos of different types. We have this guy that'll be used in a different enclosure, but we really are kind of out of plants besides the aloe vera, the elephant, and then the other aloe vera there, which obviously can't go in a tropical environment. So I'm going to wait on that, and then eventually when it gets to that time, I will buy it, and you probably won't see it in this video because I'll have to put it up before then. But obviously it looks really good, but it needs stuff in this front area. So I'm going to grab the like grapevine plants. We're gonna go grab those. Hey, look, my cracks. Look at my cracks. So now we can put the inhabitants from this into here. Actually, before we put all of the inhabitants from this into here, we need to put the cohabs, which all of my isopods are right here. They are all labeled except one. I don't know who I'm going to put in what, but this guy has the Portobello Scaber Yellow Snows. I'm pretty sure she's eaten them all. She's up there. I'm pretty sure they're all dead. The only enclosure that has really been thriving is her enclosure, and she's in shed. Oh, look at you. Oh, I know. Oh, yeah. Bunch of shed. Are these guys. look at how many there are. And then she's now they go running and she's gonna come find them. Because she does like to eat them, but this is such a big enclosure and there's so many of them, she can't ever eat them. You're gonna think my fingers are food. Oh, you're so mad. Look at my beautiful draconias. Yeah, I love this plant. These are like my favorite plants, but they're a little too big at this point to put in these enclosures, and I do want to get more. But this is the enclosure. We're going to grab some more stuff now. All right, so now we are looking for our isopods. This one, oh, these I actually don't want to add in. They are breeding really well. There are a bunch of them right there. They do have a lot. I will throw a bunch of these. If you see any little thing crawling around, those are springtails that are essential for keeping the mold down in the enclosure. There's actually an adult right there. They're really, really pretty, but I want them to be a really, really nice big colony because they were an expensive species to buy. Let's see, these guys, oh, these are the oranges. These are fun. These guys are breeding like nobody's business. I think we are going to add a bunch in here. So we're going to take about probably 5 or 10 of them, put them into a cup, and then add them into the thing. So hopefully we can potentially keep this colony going. And then eventually have 2 colonies because these guys are expensive. All of these are expensive. You know how many I've killed? I've killed a lot. From going on trips and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to have a cup here, and we're going to get bunch of these guys scooped out. So we're just going to all right, and we have our cup. Obviously I do have a lot of other organic material in here, but that we will actually be adding here soon. Oh, there's a big one. So we're gonna just spread this out nice and gently so they can get their bearings, find a hiding spot, and eventually not get eaten, because in theory they don't get eaten. I do have a big piece of cork bark back there. I might steal another small one from either a enclosure or something to add in, like right here or right here, just to give them another extra hiding spot or something. But this is the finished enclosure, so we're just gonna do this. Well, we can't do the reveal yet because this thing, the lid doesn't close. Those little pegs are supposed to go, obviously, down and lock in like this one, because these, oh, you can't really see it. But like this one, I can't open it up because there's a bunch of stuff here. So we're gonna grab our trusty knife and go cut some of this, and then we'll be able to. And there it is. There is the finished build, but there's still an animal we need to put in here. This is Ketchup. Now he gets to go to this crazy new bioactive enclosure. So he's gonna figure out his space. He has a cork round back there. He has plenty of places to hide in and around this. He can also hide even up in that little dark corner if he wants to. So we're gonna just give him some time, and we'll come back in about a day or so and see how he's doing. All right, it has been a day. He looks absolutely incredible in this enclosure. Once all of these plants actually grow in, it will look even better. But that is going to do it for this video of All Our Reptiles. Hope you guys enjoyed. And if you want to see more like what we just built, well, guess what? I have this enclosure and this enclosure to rebuild and turn into Escape even better than this.